There's no CGI in this. There's some really cool stunts. Any questions?
So for this movie, I wanted there to be a car chase. But when the script was being developed, all that was said was exterior car chase night. I, I know it's hard to pull off a car chase, let alone a car chase at night. But the big question was, how are we going to make this happen? In early 2006, I was hired to coordinate and manage a company called Filmotechnic. Yelena Strakic owned the U.S. division, but its super genius owner, Anatoly Kokush, created the Russian arm camera car crane. The Russian arm, later redubbed the Ukraine, is a crane attached to a camera car for high-quality car-to-car shots. Films that were using this type of equipment during this time frame were The Italian Job, The Fast and Furious, I Am Legend, and Transformers, just to name a few. We didn't pick up filming again until October, so I had 7 months to convince the owners to let me use the equipment, the Russian arm, for the movie. Working for Filmotechnic was almost like giving me a mini production office. We even shot scenes there, like the exterior of the back of the bar and some interior scenes.
No, just a horse staying in a lot.
During my first week of work, I got a chance to meet Anatoly. And Anatoly was fresh off winning the technical Oscar for this equipment. And he let me hold it. So my first week of work, I'm holding the technical Oscar in my hands. And that's when it dawned on me. I have to have this equipment in my film for a car chase. So I secured the Russian arm, and now all I needed were some stunt people. I have a background in stunts, and one of the very first people who trained me was a guy named Jerry Allen. And Jerry was a great guy. And he said, if you ever need anything, you let me know. Years later, I needed something. I needed him to come out to California to work with me. So I recruited him and one of my former acting coaches from Florida, Jack Amos. Both of them showed up. We were ready to go. My producing partner, Bo Unger, was working on getting the vampire car. Bo had us all set to get an old Chevy Celebrity. I purchased an early 1970s El Camino for the Samurai Priest for a few $100. I mean, it barely even ran. But at the last moment, the Chevy Celebrity didn't make it to set. Now I'm in a real pickle. So I went to a known rental car company and took out the full insurance on an azure blue Chevy Cobalt, which we essentially destroyed during the blue car chase. But after that point, we had to continue to rent an azure blue Chevy Cobalt for the next 6 months. Everyone showed up, and we shot 2 of the most difficult days in my life. But now it's the moment of truth. And Jerry's got to flip that car. Jerry Allen only flipped this El Camino with what's called a grab strap. But what a grab strap is, now imagine the El Camino. Bench seats. You take the seatbelt, tie it together. The roof is going to collapse. As the roof is potentially collapsing, you duck down and grab the grab strap on the side, which is the seatbelts that are tied together. The roof could cave in, anything could happen. And this guy, Jerry Allen, teacher, said he'd be there for anything for me, did it at 68 years old. Tough bastard, probably only broke a rib at worst, but he never complained. So the car's on its roof. Everybody's taking pictures. Everybody's giving each other high fives. Everybody's safe. And it dawns on me that there's a major problem. The problem is, how the hell is this car going to get out of here? How are we going to turn the car back over on its right side up and pull it out of soggy, dry lake bed? Well, the answer to that is we didn't do anything. We left it there. Oil spilling in this dry lake bed. Eventually, one of our producers, Bo Unger, had a guy go pick it up, but it was out there for like 2 days. We did the blue car chase. We call it the blue car chase with the El Camino and Jerry Allen in November. And we already had it cut. And word was getting around the stunt community that we had these Russian arms. There's this independent movie. And I'm introduced to a guy named Gianni Biasetti. Gianni says, that's cool. You guys did a cool car flip, but I could do a bigger one. And I'm thinking to myself, we don't have another car flip in the movie. We don't have another car chase in the movie. And he said, you should. And I thought about it. And I'm like, well, that means I'm going to have to convince the Russian arm people to get out the crane for a second time. And here's what I did. I said, I got an idea. Why don't we have 2 Russian arms? Because they were trying to make a reel at the time. You can have the Russian arm filming the Russian arm, and I can get my car chase. So Gianni Biasetti comes out and says, I will do a 120-foot car flip. And this all came together because of the first blue car chase. So I went to my bosses and said, this is going to be a spectacular car flip. It's going to be a spectacular stunt. You guys need to get on this. And that's how we got the second one. Gianni recruited Corey Michael Eubanks, who's just an absolute legend in the stunt world. This car chase was a lot easier to pull off. But then again, we had more experience and help this time. I don't know how Gianni did it, but he got the roll cage. He gets Corey Michael Eubanks, fresh off Fast and Furious. I mean, we got everything out there that we didn't have in the first car chase, the blue car chase. And it's the moment of truth. The car is coming towards camera. My heart was just in my stomach. I was almost like a little bit sick. Whack! And that thing starts flying in the air. They give the thumbs up. Gianni's okay. But that moment is the moment that took the film to where it is today. Spinning. It doesn't even look like a human being would be inside of it. It was one of the most hardcore and spectacular stunts that I've ever witnessed in person. I'm like a stunt guy. I've never seen anything like this hardcore in my life. We had the blue car chase with Jerry Allen and Jack Amos. Then, of course, we had the red car chase with Gianni Biasetti and Corey Michael Eubanks. And of course, what did I get out of it? I got Live Evil, later known as Samurai Priest Vampire Hunter, a Mark Terry production. But Filmotechnic got something. They got a reel. And here it is. one thing that I know about Jerry Allen and Gianni Biasetti, both guys who did those two different car flips, the blue car flip and the red car flip, neither one of these guys complained about anything. You know, you hear people on sets talking, it's too hot. I didn't get food in time. And here these guys are flipping cars around, hitting the ground, hitting concrete, hitting asphalt, and they never complained. I didn't even know till a couple years later that Jerry had broken his ribs. Didn't know about it, never complained about it, never told me. I've never heard anything from Gianni Biasetti about his moments going up in the air, but I know he came out okay. And that's the most important thing. And for those two guys, I appreciate it because that's, in my opinion, what helped make this film.